Today is probably going to be a really long vlog. Apologies in advance. I feel like talking to you guys today and showing you things. Darn. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully it'll be a fantastic day. We shall see. I hope that you enjoyed the video on my personal channel. If you have not already checked it out, go over there and check it out, silly people. And I hope that you've been enjoying the vlogs as much as possible. I think you'll really love today's vlog. That took place yesterday, because there was some really good news, and actually, you know, not having me cry through the whole entire thing, kind of a good thing. I have no idea what today is going to be, so, you know, I apologize in advance if there are tears today, but yesterday was a really good, positive day, so thumbs up for that. So somebody actually said that I should answer Ask.fm questions on YouTube as like a joke. I think I might do that to actually answer some of them, because I am so far behind. So T-Brawl, look for that. I'm not sure if it'll be here on the vlogs, like a question a day on the vlogs, or if I'll do it from my personal channel, or a combination of both to get through all the questions I have. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But when I know, you guys will know. So I hope you're having a great day, guys. I wanted to do something interesting for the vlog. I've made up my decision. I'm gonna do it for the vlogs. So every day in our vlogs, I am going to answer one question from my Ask.fm account. If you want to ask me a question, you can. My account is Nina the Wizard. So search Nina the Wizard and I shall come up, and you can ask me questions. And if there are appropriate questions, I will answer them here. And I will answer one a day. And it'll be hard to just do one a day because I want to get through them, but I will do one question a day. And who knows, it may be from you. So today's question of the day is, has your perception of the world changed from when you were a small child? Have you noticed any significant shifts in your ideals, thoughts, or motivations? And this is coming from Farrell, who I met on Twitch, and I think he's a really amazing guy. He took place in the first Operation Nina to help me out, and is just a really amazing guy. And he asked me this 8 months ago. Sorry for taking so long to answer. So my perception of the world has changed since I was small, in the sense that when I was small, I was a lot more trusting and naive, and I wanted to believe that every single human being on the planet had some good in them somewhere. And I had the naive notion that every single person could be saved in some way, and not in a religious aspect of saved, but that, you know, their personality could be saved, their humanity could be saved, that everybody could end up with a happily ever after, or a happily. And as I grew older, I realized that that's not realistic, that there are people that are just, you know, evil straight through, and there are people that don't get happy endings, or they're happily, or happiness is very fleeting for them. You know, people pass away, violent things happen. You know, I kind of had to accept the negatives, and I couldn't, assume that they were going to be, negated by all the positives. Hey, battery change, it died in the middle of me speaking, but I remember where I left off, so hopefully this can be edited together, so you can, I don't know, we'll see. K is magical, we'll see what happens. On the same token, I think some of my ideals and morals and things that I think in my perception of the world are the same. I still believe in giving people a chance. Sometimes a couple of them. I believe that there is goodness out there and that being a good person is worth it. Even though it's harder to be the bigger person or the nicer person or the kinder person or more compassionate, I think it's worth it. I still look at people the same way. Race and religion, sexual orientation. Sorry about that. Anyway, all of those things have never mattered to me. I have never seen people for the different parts of them. I've seen them as a whole. So if somebody's standing in front of me and, let's say they are African American and they're gay and they're Jewish, I don't see any of those things when I see them. I see, whatever their name is. I see them as the person that they are and not the different characteristics that make them who they are. And I think that's good because then I'm able to appreciate those things because I see the whole person. I see the whole picture. And I appreciate, that entity, that being, that person. That person is amazing to me because they are who they are. And I don't ever feel the need to change people from being who they are. There was only one time that I did, and that was because the things that he was becoming, the things that he was allowing into his life were things that were harming him, and it was harming our relationship, and it was harming his other relationships with friends and family, and I wanted him to change that so that he could be who he really was underneath it all. And I felt like all this garbage was getting piled on top of that, and I wanted him to change. And he decided not to change. And it killed our relationship. Thankfully, he met someone else who was able to break through and help him change in a lot of ways. And he's very happy now, and I am ecstatic for him. At the same time, I'll be honest, I have a complex where I wish that I were the one that had broken through. And sometimes I'm a little resentful that I wasn't, and that's something that I need to work on. But at the same time, I still realize that there are things that I need to work on personally, and whatever. And I've kind of always known that. Like, I've always looked at myself from a very harsh critic perspective so that I'm able to grow and kind of analyze, what am I doing? Am I doing something right? Am I doing something wrong? How do I fix it? That kind of thing. So I like to be really introspective. Therapists love me because whenever I've been in therapy, I am so introspective that I make their job a little bit easier because I'm constantly thinking about the things we talked about and thinking about, where the bumps are. And I'm considering their words and considering what's come up. And, I'm doing the work. Sometimes I'm doing beyond what they expected. So I've always been that way, even as a small child. And I grew up predominantly around adults, being an only child. So I was watching soap operas and talk shows, and I was kind of processing the information. And, I was very intellectually stimulated as a child because there was all of this interesting conversation going on around me. And so my mind has always been, really going in depth with concepts and different things like that. And I mean, yeah, I was a kid. I, went outside and I played and I had fun and whatever, but some of those fundamental, core things have stayed with me. Another thing I'd like to mention in relation to the question that I was asked, is that, I was raised in the Roman Catholic Church, and so there's a lot of that kind of introspection and looking back on things and kind of trying to sort things out and all that comes from that, because the whole process of getting communion is that you have to go to confession first. So you have to think about the things that you've done and the impact that your actions have had. And so I think that's kind of another part of the root where that started from as a child, because, it's intimidating to go into this, box and tell this person that you don't know very well, the kind of bad things that you've done, the things that you're, ashamed of and you're uncomfortable with, and asking for forgiveness for them. Like it's a very intense kind of moment, especially when you're a child and you're just thinking, the bad things that I consider to be, sins, are they really bad? Like, am I on a bad track? And you're not quite sure at that point. So I would, think it out and, choose my words carefully and kind of try to really analyze. And so I've always been like that. And I think that was a big part of, kind of developing my thought process. In terms of that, I've joked a lot that I'm a recovering Catholic, that I'm not super duper religious, yada, yada, yada. I've gone in and out. There are some things that I have a really hard time wrapping my mind around, and I feel uncomfortable with, that have to do with religion, in particular mine. This is just my personal feelings and thoughts. But at the same time, it's this thing that's kind of part of who I am, and it's part of, it's partly ingrained in me. And so it's like I hold on to some of those morals and some of those teachings, and I don't even realize sometimes that that's where some of my morality and my personality is coming from. So it's this combination of, not being able to fully subscribe to something, but at the same time appreciating the good parts that I can. So yeah, thank you for the amazing question, Farrell. So glad I didn't have to type all of that out. And I look forward to the question of the day for tomorrow. So yay, one down. There's like 50 something more to go. And now that I've told all of you my screen name, there are going to be more. This is going to be a long process. I have an update on the babies. Yay! For those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, I have a friend that I know online, and she gave birth to twins prematurely at 24 weeks, and they've been struggling for the past 2.5 weeks for survival. But they are little fighters, and there have been emergency surgeries and all sorts of things, and they're hanging on. So there is a brand new, fresh update that was posted this morning. Yay! And I'm about to share it with you guys. It is short but sweet. Not much has changed since Wednesday. Today's morning update is that they are doing well and had good nights. Now, those of you that have been following this story via the vlogs know that doing well and good nights is huge. So jump up and down, scream with gladness, do a happy dance, clap, whatever you need to do. Let's celebrate the fact that these little boys are doing better. And hopefully they will continue to do better so that they can get big enough and healthy enough and strong enough that they can go home with their mom and be normal, happy little boys. Because that is what they're working toward. They're working towards being happy and healthy little boys. So let's pull for them. And continue with those prayers and well wishes, and I am over the moon with happiness. I know that like I'm half asleep still, so I'm not maybe expressing it the way that I'm feeling it, but I am over the moon. I am so happy for these little boys, and I want to, if I weren't worried about hurting myself, I would do a happy dance right now. I really, really would. And those of you who know me know that I do my happy dances, so you know that it's true. God, I hope this is edited out. I hope the K looks at this and goes, what the hell was wrong with her? She's half asleep. Her hair looks like crap. She's wearing the same clothes she did yesterday because she fell asleep in them. Oh my God, no, and deletes it. But just because I said that, he'll put it in. Crap. So it's a nice day in the neighborhood. You can so see the water through the trees and stuff. We are on our way to the post office. Hopefully something is there. If not, my mom is gonna scream. And then we're going to go see my grandmother. And it's just such a lovely day today. And we are coming up to the main strip, the main road in my town right now. You can see all the cars. And this is in the afternoon. It's not even 3 o'clock yet. Can you imagine what rush hour is like? It's scary. And we're at the post office. Woohoo! Gonna go in. It's a lovely day. Isn't that a lovely view of the trees? Hopefully it's there. See you in a bit. We are on our way to the nursing home to see my grandmother, and isn't that such a beautiful view? The trees and everything. It's kind of cool. That's probably why the nursing home is called Valley View, because there's a view of the valley. GG on me for just realizing that. Alright, so, we almost had the answer to the age-old question, why did the chicken cross the road? But the chicken decided not to cross the road, which was probably in its best interest because it didn't get hit by a car. It was just eating things on the side of the road. And made us laugh because it was, you know, in the country a little bit, but not so far out in the country that it was a farm. It was just kind of a random house that has a chicken in the yard. It was a lovely chicken. Kind of reminds me of a chicken that a childhood friend of mine had that she named Henny. So it kind of reminded me of Henny, which made me smile because, you know, one of my favorite parts about visiting my friend, other than the obvious that I was hanging out with her, was that I would get to see Henny, her chicken. So awesome chicken experience right there. And then we went to see my grandmother, and there was 2 older ladies, both in wheelchairs, and the one said, "Get out of the way!" and the other one didn't hear her or whatever. She just sat there, and so the other one started pushing her with her feet with her wheelchair and kept telling her to get out the way, but kept pushing her. And so then the nurse that takes care of them came out and said, no, don't fight. And it was just kind of really cute, and I thought I would share that with you. It was a moment that allowed us to smile a little bit, which is very difficult to do at the nursing home at this time because of everything that's going on. So it was a humorous little moment in our day. This is the line to get to the ATM. Everybody wants to go to the ATM today. Yeah. Banking for the win. And isn't that tree pretty? I like that tree. I think it's a pretty tree. I don't know, I'm kind of a nature nut, so that's probably why I like that tree. But anyway, there you go. I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, but that's my pin that I'm wearing. My grandmother gave it to me. It was either 19 or 20 when she gave that to me. People have been asking about it. I guess you guys noticed it in some of the vlogs. People gave me comments on it. A couple of places that I've been lately. I've been wearing it a lot lately. It makes me think of her. I believe I wore it on Easter, which might be where you guys previously saw it from. Anyway, people were asking me what it was and where it came from, and now you know. Nina facts. Hey everybody, I'm about to go to sleep. Thank you for spending another wonderful day. I'm not sure if Kay will have footage in this vlog or not. I hope so, but I don't know, because of all of his stuff that he explained a couple of videos ago, and that I think I explained in the last one. I intended to anyway. So thank you for being here. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave comments and give a thumbs up if you liked the video. And I'm going to tell you another happy thing that happened today, because I want to try to do that every day. At least say one thing that made me happy. So for today, it's that my grandmother recognized me twice when I went to visit her. And she's in so much pain and discomfort and so close to the end. She's not recognizing a lot of people. And she knew me right away, and she said my name right away so clearly. So I feel really special and really happy for that. So that was awesome. So I am happy. These are happy tears. Promise. Night, guys.